you're still not building Ruaraka. And when it comes to, for instance, water issues, Ruaraka, when you look at square kilometers, is small. But when you look at population, it's high. So those are some of the things, basically when you do your mathematics, they affect what? How you distribute your resources. For instance, we would like to know when Nairobi Water planned for such an area, how many cubic meters or cubic whatever of water had they allocated for that particular area. And what is the difference in population can that water serve? So it means if that water cannot serve the particular area from Nairobi Water, it means looking for other sources of water. And this can be even boreholes that can be done specifically for areas that do not have water. Because I know like Korokocho, if you've been there, is very populated and guys are down here. I walked there with my wife and she was like, oh my God, when we come in, let us change this particular life. Steamer is just another thing of looking at it. Kenya Power, is it, for instance, when unasema kila wakati kuna stima, ingine natoka. Tunataka kujua
stima inaweza potea like 3 days, man.
Inaweza potea 3 days in some areas. So those are some of the things that we will need to look at, for instance, with Kenya Power itself, so that we know is it kilowatts that have been designated for this particular place. Is it still enough? Because as I've told you, it's a high density area. So how many kilowatts do we have for those particular areas? Because you know, kama power ni kidogo na consumption niko high, kuna tendencies of ile unaitanga ina trip, sindio? Na you know Kenya Power,
yes,
before they come and sort a particular issue, lazima mtu apush. And if the particular person is not pushing, that is the current MP, if he's not pushing for your interests, Ruaraka people, you know what to do. Yes. Karani is here,
Simba,
to set men free from all this.
Youths, our youths have been playing the first role in campaigning for these politicians.
Yes.
And we are in Ruaraka. Our youths have played this major big role for campaigning for you people.
Yeah.
Vijana wanatokea, wanawapigania, wanasukumia hii kitu, lakini mkishaingia vijana wanaachwa. In Ruaraka we have a high percentage of youths who are jobless. How are the youths going to benefit under your leadership?
So many things. Because
we have youths with talents, we have youths with skills. These people have been left behind, man.
Yeah, so watch to, first of all, we remove the myth that people say young people are leaders for tomorrow.
Yes.
They are not leaders for tomorrow.
Young people are leaders for today. Munasikia hiyo kutoka kwa Simba.
Yes. So once watu wamejua that they are leaders for today, they make the right decisions for themselves. Because hii maisha, if you do not make the right decision for yourself, then wewe mwenyewe unafanya nini? Unajangusha. For instance, let me say, somebody, right now we are in the campaign period. I will come to the youth. We are in the campaign period. Why do you want to vote for Karani?
Yes.
Why do you want to vote for the other person? Is it because this person has given you fish? That's why you said, since amenipatia fish yenye utakula leo na ishe, wacha nimpigie without thinking about the future. Because ukishakula fish sai jioni bado nitakula. Or are you looking for somebody that will give you the fishing rod? So that this fishing rod, you will continue to fish even in the future, with or without this particular person.
About this, how do you intend to convince these people to elect you in? How do you intend to finish this politics of tribalism within Ruaraka?
Their own is a relative word. Okay?
Yes. This is what they use. These are the terms they use, by the way.
Yes. If their own brings food to your table,
yes,
then go with that. If their own gives you employment, then go with that. If their own gives you money or bursary and whatever, then go for it. But if your own, in the name of your own, I'm putting in brackets, does not transform or change your lives, then it means you need to change the way you think.
Yes.
Simply because people need to know we are Kenyans. Yeah. Because I usually tell people, the moment you cross the border of Kenya, you will not introduce yourself as a Luo. You will not introduce yourself as a Luya. You will not introduce yourself as a Kyu. You will introduce yourself as a Kenyan.
Yes.
And therefore, what we need is to know that we are all Kenyans first. Like for instance, for me, I am Kenyan first before I'm Luya. And that is what counts. What we need is leadership of change and not tribalism. So in Ruaraka, and what I've been able to do is I'm not segmenting any tribes.
Yes.
I am selling my policies and my manifesto. I'm not saying, oh, sababu mimi ni Mluya, Waluya nitawafanyia. And even the leadership structure that we're talking about in Ruaraka will not be created by Karani. Because what we said, Karani is an employee of Ruaraka people, not the other way around. So you do not, as an employee, you do not command your people. It's your people who are supposed to say, this is what we need for change. And change does not come from outside, change comes from inside. You see, when you say Ruaraka people, sindio? Ruaraka people, it means the people that live in Ruaraka. And the people that live in Ruaraka are not just Luos. The people that live in Ruaraka are various tribes.
Yes.
We have Kikuyus, we have Luyas, we have Kisis, we have Kalenjins, we have all those other tribes
living there.
Kambas, wote wako in Ruaraka. And they still have a say in Ruaraka. So I believe this particular time, and I hope people have now learned, because when I walk in Ruaraka, for instance, there are so many complaints when it comes to the incumbent MP, where they are saying he has not performed. So the my people factor,
unaua.
You understand?
Wanasema Ruaraka ni bedroom ya baba. Mheshimiwa, why UDA, by the way? Let's start there. Why UDA? Wacha kwanza tusiingie Kenya kwanza. Why UDA? We have ODM. ODM, they say this is the party of Ruaraka.
Why UDA?
Yes. Why didn't you go even for Wiper, KANU, Jubilee? Why UDA? Let's start there.
It's basically my life as a person. Where I've been, I started down there. And I've seen God move me from pale chini kwenda juu, si ndio?
Yes.
So tunaita nini hiyo?
Bottom up.
Bottom.
Oh my God.
You understand?
Yes.
So the moment we got that model of bottom up, that is what pushed me more into politics. Because I know where I've been. I've shared a lot with a few people from Ruaraka.
Yes.
Where I've been. I used to walk that route from Babadogo to town to go and sell some little to earrings. We used to make tukitumia mifupa. Yeah, mifupa zinanuka, inabidi uoshe, ufanye nini. I've done all that. I'm the kind of person ambaye amelala church because in a place ya kuishi. So if you get an ideology ambayo inasema we will focus on the base and not the apex.
Yes.
That's why I joined UDA. And then at the same time tunasema kazi
ni kazi.
Ni kazi. Inamaanisha the little work that you have, the little thing that you do, as long as inakuletea income, value it.
Yes.
Because mara nyingi huwa naambia watu, do not do what you love. Love what you do. Because sometimes you'll find somebody anafanya kazi fulani, yes, inampatia income, but just because kwa mind yake anasemanga no, this is not what I wanted. Haifanyi with their all. But if you start loving that work and start giving your all in that work will start giving back to you. So those are basically some of the things that unaangalia. So UDA is the only party ambayo as a person niliona nini it is the one that is focusing kwa huyu mtu mdogo. Alafu tunasema we are going to set apart pesa for such so that you build those guys, because nilikuwa nasema for instance if you have one mama chapati na every day huwa anapika mifuko 2 ama 3 and then wewe as a person, because you believe in bottom up approach, ukuje and you're not spending so much money, ukuje useme mama leo nakuletea bundles 5 za unga na nakuletea mtungi moja ya 20 liters, uendeleze biashara yako. How much have you spent? Probably you might be counting 10,000
yes,
or 15,000 shillings. But what transformation have you done to this person?
Very big one.
A very big one. This very person umemwongezea tu bundles 5 na hiyo mtungi
kwa hii biashara.
Kwa hii biashara inamaanisha ya kwamba this person cannot cook these chapatis alone. Si ndio? Inamaanisha ata-employ mtu mwingine ama watu wengine wawili ndio waweze kutengeneza hizi chapati. So you're already creating employment in a small scale way, but it's still employment. Kuna mtu alikuwa hana kazi but amepewa kazi ya kupika chapati. Na ume-enlarge business ya huyu. Na maisha ya huyu mwenye hii biashara ako na watu wengine nyuma yake pia wenye wana benefit from this expansion. Na huyu mwenye amekuwa employed pia watu wenye wako nyuma yake pia wanafanya nini? Wana benefit from that expansion.
Mheshimiwa, hapo awali you are a very close ally to the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and hapo awali when Hustler Nation was Hustler Nation, we used to hear the DP going around saying that you are not going to form a coalition. What changed, man? All of a sudden tukasikia ANC wako ndani, forward, and now we have Kenya Kwanza. What changed?
In everything, kile wanaambia mtu, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with somebody. So this is basically what our Deputy President is doing. Reach out to like-minded people and work together with those like-minded people, and together we'll go far. Because it's not a one-man thing. It's better you try and bring people na nyi wote mnauza sera moja. Because you can see hapa tulikuwa tunasema kazi ni kazi, then tunasema Kenya Kwanza, alafu tunasema pesa mfukoni. So it's important, just as I've told you in brief,
yes,
that when you want to go fast, go alone. Na utachoka haraka. But when you want to go far, tag along people with the same mentality as you are.
There is this a say that has been going around on social medias, hashtag lower food price, blah blah blah. And the other day, where was that? The DP was in, I think, Ukambani, those sides of Eastern, Lower Eastern. And he said, after the president spoke, that is after the president spoke in Mombasa, the president said that watu wanafanya kazi ya wanafanya kazi ya kutembea juu ya magari, blah blah blah. Sisi kama Jubilee tumefanya hivi. And the DP responded and said, hizo mazuri ambayo yamefanyika kwa Jubilee, I am accountable. But now, when we come to food price, we had the allies kama kina what do we call akina Kimani Chungwa, akina Gashagwa, wanapiga hii mambo, wanasema serikali, even Mudavadi said, even the DP himself, wapunguze bei ya serikali. Now we have, this is where confusion starts. Some people started asking, the DP the other day said ako kwa serikali, but now again anasema serikali punguze. Man, can you just tell us? Because actually some of the people cried from their constituents. Wasema, hey, food imeenda juu sana. And your party leader, who happens to be the Deputy President of Kenya, is the second in command, man. Why mbona yeye pia analia hii mambo na ako kwa serikali?
I know it's important.
Yes.
You see, I'll use the scenario of a broken marriage. when the marriage is so sweet, yeah, and you see a marriage has a husband and a wife, okay, and husband is the de facto leader of that house, okay. If there is any issue in between them, either the marriage is entangled or the marriage is broken, and you're still in your house as the head of the house, who makes the decisions?
The husband.
The husband.
Yes, because this is the head of the house.
This is the head of the house. We all know very well that the marriage between our next president, the fifth, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and the current president, Uhuru Kenyatta, is broken. Yes. We all know that.
Yes.
Who was the head of that marriage?
President Uhuru.
Currently, who is making the decisions?
President Uhuru.
So basically, we should not even try and counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently, the CEO of the country of Kenya is His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. It means anything that is happening right now, because the marriage is broken, and that one we know.
But waligawa serikali nusu-nusu.
Waligawa serikali nusu-nusu, but who is the leader? Who is the person? Who will be the person ambaye anaulizwa maswali? Because as I've told you, now umesha sema this person, we are not working together. You even brought in another person. Then, after these 5 years now, you're entering the second phase of your marriage, you bring in some other wife. What happens? There will definitely be coalition somewhere. And as much as you're saying, yes, right now that he is the deputy president of Kenya, he's just, I can assure you 100%, it's just because the constitution has given him that power. Nobody can remove him there as the deputy president. But I know if he was the vice president, if he was a vice president, most probably angekuwa ashafanya nini? Asharushwa nje. It's like somebody ambaye mulipata certificate wedding na mwenye alifanya kama stay. It's so easy to kick out huyu mtu ambaye amefanya kama stay than this person that has a certificate of marriage. Huyu mwingine lazima mgo through a tough divorce. Ndio aweze kufanya nini? Ndio muweze kutengana. So in this particular case, if you hear deputy president speaking, you should support and say at least he's speaking. So we are saying those people ambao wamebaki pale the serikali are the ones who are now coming up either with policies ya kuongeza sijui levies, ya kuongeza nini na kufanya vitu zinafanya nini zinapanda juu. So the buck stops at the president of the Republic of Kenya and not the deputy president. I'm not just saying this because I support DP Ruto,
yes,
but I'm saying structurally that is what is supposed to happen. If anything happens in Kenya, it's not Ruto that will be called.
Okay.
It's Uhuru that will be called.
We have Kenya Kwanza coalition. Then we have in Kenya Kwanza we have UDA, we have Ford Kenya, we have ANC. Okay, let me ask you this before I go to the question that I wanted to ask. Who is the president of Kenya Kwanza? Who is going to flag that flag? Who is going to be the flag bearer?
Currently, I'm in UDA, so the president I know is deputy.
But the other day, Msalia said you have not decided.
Ruto. That's what I've used.
Yes.
I am a UDA
member.
Isn't it?
But now you are in Kenya Kwanza.
I am in Kenya Kwanza,
yes,
as UDA. Okay?
Now you just like you have Ruto.
UDA currently we have Ruto until we have the NDC again. Of course, NDC is going to just stamp our deputy as the presidential flag bearer for United Democratic Alliance. So, as a UDA member, the person I know currently is Dr. William Samoei Ruto. ANC, if it's Honorable Msalia, watatuambia ni Msalia. Then if for Kenya it's now Wetangula, watatuambia tena msimamo. Then at the end of it all, kutakuwa na nini? Kikao cha kudecide who is who. But of course in all these things unaangalianga who is stronger. Yeah. So for me, currently I still stand with the deputy president.
But we are learning about a certain fight that is going on now in your coalition, Kenya Kwanza, after the interview of the Mathira MP, Gachagua, in Citizen TV, where he said that the DP has to come from central Kenya. We have had the allies of Musalia Mudavadi, ANC, crying, and even Moses Wetangula responded. Please, what do you have to say about this? Why do you want to take president and against the DP? Mnafaa mwachie Musalia hiki kitu hapo pia ama Wetangula. Amfai meza yote. Why?
Okay, you had those are discussions.
Because actually they said that when Akina Musalia wali join Ruto, there were many sayings that Ruto will play you, what, you know, so many things people say. And now when this is coming up, then those words of people, it's like inakuja kwa kweli kidogo. How? Because I believe you are a closer ally to the DP, and that's why we have you today. Make our people know, even if they are going to elect the Ruto as the president, because actually, let me use this term, sorry for this. We have some Kikuyus are watching now. We have some lawyers are watching now, and they want to know, we are in Kenya Kwanza, what are we going to get as the Luya nation?
All right, I'll still continue to push in this before I come to the tribal politics. I will still continue to say, first of all, do you believe in what? In the manifesto of, for instance, UDA, what it's stating. Because I usually tell people, before you even support that person, okay, know what that person is pushing for. So do you believe in what that person is pushing for first? Like if it's Karani, before you even vote for Karani as a person, do you believe or do you align yourself to the manifesto or to the philosophy of Karani himself before you can even say, now I will vote for this particular person?
Yes.
So if we all want change, we will go where change is, regardless of who will be what and who will be what. So in Kenya Kwanza, right now, of course, we know the politics of Kenya.
Yes.
The politics of Kenya, we still far away. We still tribal. We can say that.
Yes.
Unless you muscle those tribes and what have you, you still have a long way to go.
Yes.
Unless you can convince all these people. Just because of one thing, we are still a tribal country. Ambapo tumefanya nini? We've come up with what we call kingpins of tribes who look like negotiators of particular tribes. We've forgotten we are Kenyans. Because if you are Kenyans, even if they picked you, my brother, as the deputy president, but we still believe in the vision of that particular coalition or whatever, we will still go and vote for the same persons. But here, the fact that we always say, sisi Waluya, ama sisi wa Kikuyu tunapata nini, sisi so and so, because currently we've had, let me say, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta for 10 years, but we still have Kikuyus who are complaining.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, true.
But I still talked about Mutuwetu.
Yes.
We've had other leaders in government, but we all still struggled the same way. So utapata kama chakula imepandishwa vile tunasema saa hizi, huyo Mkikuyu hata nunua na bei ya chini, na mimi Mluya ninunue na bei ya juu. Hapana. So every decision that is made up there, regardless of which tribe is there, affects all of us. So I think we need to come to a place where we will change from that mentality of Mutuwetu. Because this Mutuwetu, I'm repeating once again, if this Mutuwetu does not bring jobs, it doesn't help us. If this Mutuwetu does not bring food on the table, it doesn't help us. If this Mutuwetu cannot help us even take our kids to school, it doesn't help us. So we need somebody ambaye, regardless of the tribe, tunajua this person will bring change, and all of us will enjoy that change. So the story of where the deputy president will come from and what have you should not be a bother. It will be about the philosophy and who exactly wants to change Kenya and bring, or rather make lives better, as I like to say.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, before we wind up, this is just Money Online TV. You can always follow us on all social media platforms for these big interviews that we hold. And today we have Professor George Karani, the president of Interior Designers of Kenya, and we are going to ask him about that. So if you are just tuning in right now, I want you to follow us and invite your friends, of course, to join us live on this. We are airing from Samar Records. Samar Records is just located in Gumba Estate behind the Garden City Mall along Thika Superhighway. Here we record music. If you are an artist and you want a studio where you will get quality music, you can always visit Samar Records for audio and video productions. And if you have an event, be it an outdoor or indoor events, we will do coverage at an affordable price, a good job that you will ever admire. So you can always reach out to us through our platforms, our social media platforms for these services, and we will provide them for you. Now, Daktari, now that you are in UDA, in Kenya Kwanza Coalition, and because we believe and we are praying for you, you win this seat of MP
and I will win.
Ruaraka constituency.
I will win.
You will win.
Yes.
Wewe ni Simba. Simba kinguruma, vitu zinaanguka. Now, how is it going to be easy for you to work with an MCA that is in Azimio and you are in Kenya Kwanza?
All right. I believe in relationships.
Yes.
And the first thing I will do, and currently in UDA, that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm creating relationships with the current aspirants,
yes,
MCA aspirants in UDA. And I can assure you, even if you ask them, we have a very good rapport with all the MCAs in Ruaraka.
Yes.
And that is the first thing to do when I get into parliament. Whether you are from Azimio,
yes,
or from ANC, or from whichever party, we will work together. Because I will reach out to each and every person that will have been elected that particular time. Because we are all Ruarakans, regardless of whichever party, because after elections, it's not a party that will work.
Sure.
It's the people being elected that will work.
Yes.
So for me, as an MP for Ruaraka, I will seek relationships and still speak the same thing. Kwambia, bro, you are my brother. It's not war. You are Azimio, yes. That was just a vehicle that you used to be an MCA.
Yes.
But it's not, right now it's you. You are the MCA, you.
You have to work for the people.
Let's work. Because in the same weather, for instance, if it's Lakisama, and the MCA for Lakisama, for instance, is Azimio,
yes,
there are other people who voted for other people.
Yes.
So it means, as much as you are from Azimio, you'll still be a leader for those who voted you in, and for those who did not vote you in.
Sure.
So it means you become a leader. Yes, we'll come together, sit down on the table, because you need a leadership from every ward, starting from the cell level, going to the wards, and then coming to the MCA, and then we have the MCAs and as an executive that we can make decisions for Ruaraka. Yeah, so basically that.
Yes. Now, as we wind up this interview, tell us about the organization, the Interior Designers. Are you still in, or you quitted? And are you relating it to Ruaraka to help the people from here? And how does it work?
Yeah, the only place I resigned, because I was a public officer, is the Technical University of Kenya as a lecturer there. And for Interior Designers Association of Kenya, something you don't know is that I am the founder and the president of this association. Okay. And how did I find it? It's the same thing we are trying to do in Ruaraka. I am an interior designer, professionally trained interior designer, undergraduate, master's, and PhD level. So I'm a trained interior designer with all those levels. I practice interior design. So there's a point I was like, when buildings are coming up in Kenya, why don't we see this person called interior designer on those signages that are usually put there? So I asked myself so many questions. This was part of my master's. My master's was promoting multidisciplinary teamwork in project development in Kenya. And I was asking myself, why am I not on that board when a building is coming up? So I sat down and asked myself, how do I get into that team? And the only way and the only answer was unity. That meant bringing together interior designers, talking the same language for us to be there. And currently we've pushed. We even have the Built Environment Practitioners Bill, and the interior designers are part of it. Basically, we are being involved. We have so many companies right now that are even asking if they want interior design works to be done, they are asking for Interior Designers Association certificate for you to be able to perform that particular work. Yes. It means there is something that has been developed since 2012. It started in 2012, and I have been the president since then, pushing this agenda. And right now, interior designers are recognized in Kenya. So I am still the president of Interior Designers Association of Kenya right now, and I believe by the end of this year, I should be giving it to somebody else so that they can run with it, since they understand the push behind that. Because interior design is misunderstood in Kenya. For instance, when you tell somebody I'm an interior designer, anaanza kuuliza utanitengenezea curtains, utaniwekea carpets, utanipakia rangi. That's not basically what interior design is. Yes. And how are we going to use this in Ruaraka also? It means I am a hands-on person, skilled person. And I've worked, especially from Ruaraka, when I do projects, I just realized most of my fundis, skilled fundis, come from Ruaraka. And that one, you can go there and you'll find majority of them. Even before I decided I want to run for this particular seat, I've been working with fundis from Ruaraka who do an excellent job. And it will be very important to involve these persons, especially in the development of Ruaraka as a constituency. Remember, I said I am looking forward to Ruaraka being a constituency where other constituencies come to benchmark. As a designer, with the skills that I have in urban planning, in architecture, and all that, these are skills that we are going to use to do what? To develop Ruaraka. And then, in addition to the very other many people, professionals that are around me in the construction industry, we will go work together. And that means we will also bring employment to so many other skilled persons in Ruaraka. So basically, that's how this particular position, because I interact with the president of AAK, president of ACMK, that is Association of Construction Managers, president of that is QS and all that, engineers and what have you. So we interact as one. And that means there is a bigger network that you have among professionals, that if we unite as these professionals, we will still bring change in this particular area. Because I told people, a leader who does not have networks is not a leader.
Yeah, sure.
That's one thing I said. Because sometimes ile maziwa natafuta maybe haiko ndani. Mwenye anatakana lete maziwa kwa nje. Na if you cannot be able to network with huyo mtu wako nje, hiyo maziwa itakuja ndani. And for me, we will not just focus on the maziwa that is in Ruaraka. Because Ruaraka is the second richest constituency in Nairobi.
Sure.
Embakasi is the first one. Reason being, it has an airport. But when it comes to industries, including ile industry inatengeneza pesa,
Ruaraka kuna industry bwana. Iko hapa ndani.
Paka university.
Na watu hawana kazi.
So tunashangaa kwa nini?
Okay. Before we wind up, Mheshimiwa, I just wanted to look at this camera, because the people who requested us to bring you over here are your voters from your constituents. I just wanted to have a last word to them, for them, as they watch you as we finish this interview.
Yeah, Ruaraka people, I think by now munajua where you are. You know if you benefited from the leadership that you have currently or not. Na mimi as Karani, na mshanipatia jina Simba wa Ruaraka, it means we are going to work together tuweze kufanya nini? Kubadilisha Ruaraka. Na nimesema hivi, sio mimi nitafanya, ni wewe na mimi tukishikana kwa pamoja tutabadilisha nini? Ruaraka. When a people work together, then change comes. And for me, I will not be the kind of husband that marries and disappears and comes back after 5 years. I will be with you guys throughout the period of election. For instance, kama ni hizo 5 years, I will always be in Ruaraka, because Ruaraka is my home. I am looking forward to your votes and us working together to make Ruaraka great.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we always give you the best, and today we were humbled to have this wonderful man, the MP of Ruaraka 2022, Honorable George Karani, the former lecturer of university, the Technical University of Kenya, and the current president of Interior Designers Association of Kenya. Watu wa Ruaraka, nyinyi mlituomba tulete mheshimiwa hapa, mumesikia kutoka kwa horse's mouth. This man is going, we are really praying for him. He's going to carry the day, because this is one humble man and a very committed man to change Ruaraka. So the cries that you have been hearing, please, if you want them to come to an end, you can always keep your votes for Karani. Na kama una watch hapa na unataka kupiga kura, the votes wadu wanachukua, by the way. Yeah. Wanaweza chukua kwa offices. Wapi? Can you tell them?
Currently kwa wale ambao wanabadilisha, I think IBC bado inaendelea pale Naivas. That's where the office is. You can go there and just continue taking kura ndio tuweze kunini. Nomination pia inakuja this April from 9th. Pia nawaomba kura yenu na najua pamoja tutashinda.
So man, mnasikia mkuje Naivas. Kwanza tuanze na nomination. Come we nominate MP George Karani to the seat. If you want a change, this is a man that does not look at the tribals that is in the area. Haangalii party. Amesema wewe MCA simama na azimio, lakini uza sera ambayo itabadilisha maisha watu. Yeah. Guys, see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you missed this live show, you can follow us on YouTube and on Facebook to look for more. See you again, same place, same time. Thank you.